My name is Yusuf Sami, and in this video I'm going to be talking about last week's Apple event and everything that was announced. Now, I know this event was last week and I should have made this video last week, but it's just that I've been very busy, I didn't have time to record then. Well, let's get started. One thing before we jump into the products, the Apple live stream. So before the event, Apple promised us that they were going to be streaming it live to everyone who has Safari on a Mac or an iOS device or an Apple TV, and it has been a major screw up. The live stream wouldn't work properly. At the middle, every few minutes, we'd get these colored bars, and even when the guy was talking, there would be Chinese translation talking while he was talking, so it was very noisy and it was a major screw up on Apple's part. I thought it was the problem was in it was the router or something, but it wasn't. Our internet was working properly, and even after the event, everybody on social media was complaining of the Apple event, the live stream. Yeah, so Apple. Let's jump into the main event of the Apple event. The new iPhones. So, as expected, Apple did introduce the new iPhone 6, which you probably already know about, and the 6 Plus. The iPhone 6 comes at 4.7 inches and the 6 Plus comes at 5.5 inches as expected. Now, one thing to note is the resolutions. Now, they did incredible work on the screen resolution. It looks great on the bigger screen. And it's going to look great. The resolutions are gorgeous. You should see them. You probably already did. And the new screen sizes allowed them to be able to introduce some of the iPad's interface into the iPhone. For example, split view, like the email app on the iPad. When you hold it in landscape, it has a split view. One with the emails, and the right side has the message content. Well, now Apple is going to be able to do the same with the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus because of their bigger sizes, at least with the 6 Plus. They're also introducing the home screen. You'll be able to view it in landscape mode, so it won't be just available in portrait. You'll also be able to see it in landscape. Now, I'm very excited about this. This is going to be great. And well, the processor. Now they did upgrade the processor. Now last year they upgraded to the A7 processor, which brought a whole new architecture, a 64-bit architecture, to the iPhone and the iPad. Now they have improved the A8 processor. It's faster. It's still 64-bit, of course, and it's much faster. They also introduced a new M8 co-processor, which the M7 co-processor was used to count steps and other health matrix, and now the M8 coprocessor is said to be better. So yeah, that's something to look out for. And that's basically it with the new iPhones. Yeah, and the camera. They did introduce some really cool stuff with the camera. Now you can shoot 60 frames per second video and 120 frames per second slow-mo video, which now the slow-mo videos are going to be much higher quality and they're going to be more slow-mo. And yeah, the new camera is going to be amazing. Like every generation, they didn't improve the camera. Next thing they talked about is Apple Pay. So Apple Pay is the new service that allows your Apple ID to contain information about all of your credit cards, store them in Passbook, and then in select stores you'll be able to simply pay by holding out your iPhone and using Touch ID to authenticate the purchase, and just holding it next to the receipt thing at the store. Now this is going to be available at multiple retail stores in the US by the end of this year, and hopefully we'll see it start to spread around the world in like 2-3 years, hopefully. Now this works with NFC, which we did expect them to use NFC in the new iPhone, right? Now the new product, the entirely new product Apple has been talking about, the Apple Watch. Apple did introduce a new smartwatch at the Apple event, which you probably already know about. So the Apple Watch is a smartwatch, and you can use it to collect health metrics, Yeah, it does require an iPhone, so yeah, it uses the Wi-Fi and the GPS from your iPhone, actually. So yeah, it definitely needs to have an iPhone next to it, and a 5 or higher. So yeah, if you have a 4S or lower, you're gonna need to upgrade if you plan to get an Apple Watch. They did introduce a whole bunch of new technologies like digital touch, the taptic feedback, which like when you tap the watch, it vibrates from below, but it's not actually vibrating. It's like someone tapping you on the wrist. And the same thing happens with notifications. When a notification comes in, you'll be notified using the taptic feedback on your wrist. So if you're sitting on a bus or something, the person next to you won't be able to tell that you're getting a notification, but you will be. Right, and you can just raise your wrist to respond to the notification. Of course, this needs the iPhone to be next to it, at least for internet stuff like Facebook and Twitter. Now, Apple will be introducing apps for the Apple Watch. It will be giving us an API called WatchKit to develop apps for the smartwatch, which I'm actually very excited about. I can't wait to see what we will be able to do using their SDK for the Apple Watch as developers. What else? Now, digital touch. Digital touch is where you can communicate with someone else that has an Apple Watch simply by drawing on the watch, and they will get the exact same thing, and they can respond to you right away. It's very cool, but we'll have to wait and see actually how it works when the watch comes out in early 2015. Yeah, there is no release date yet. They just said it's early 2015. Now, early 2015 could be anywhere from January to March, so yeah, we're still gonna be looking out for that. Now, the last thing probably about the Apple Watch is the third dimension control thing, which senses force on the screen. So the screen is going to be able to sense force instead of just tap. When you force it, that's the context menu. That's like holding on the iPad, but you actually have to force the screen, the screen of the watch. Right, and the last thing is the digital crown, which, like old watches, when you had that crown that adjusts the time, now the digital crown in the Apple Watch translates that to digital signals, which are interpreted by the watch and does something. In the Apple Watch, the crown is mainly used for zoom. For example, in maps, you use the crown to zoom in and out, and in the home screen, you use it to view the home screen at a distance, like, yeah, zooming in and out, basically. Same thing as in photos and what have you. Quick overview of the Apple Watch and the new iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. Now, today is September 17th, and today is the official release date of iOS 8. Now, iOS 8 brings with it a whole bunch of new features. It's not a major interface change like they did with iOS 7, but it's going to be very cool. Like extensions. Extensions are going to allow apps to communicate more with each other, kind of like Android widgets, but it's more secure, you know. And so you're going to be developers are going to be able to make extensions for their current apps and put them in the notification center. And yeah, that's going to be very cool. So you can just drag down notification center to be able to use certain features of an app that's on your phone or tablet. So I personally am very excited about this. After I finish my studies, I am planning to extend Uzu Convert, which is my converter app, to have an extension for Notification Center, so you can just use Notification Center to access Uzu Convert's converter features and so on. I'm also thinking about doing the same thing for the equation solver, iSolve-EQ, and the matrix operation solver, Matrix Master. You can see all these apps on usersoft.com. Actually, you should go now and download them all. Okay, so iOS 8. Yeah, iOS 8 is also going to be bringing a lot more features. You can go see those on Apple's website. I'm not going to cover them here. They're just too much. And Apple's already preparing us. I have just installed the recent developer preview 8, which I suppose will have like features in order to be able to fully function with iOS 8 and the new iOS devices. So yeah, we're waiting for that. It should be any time today. Like I guess in Saudi Arabia it's going to be like at 6 p.m. We're not sure yet, but we're just waiting. We're waiting for it across the whole day. And that's pretty much it. You know, There is still going to be another Apple event in October, in late October, which is the iPad and Mac event. Now we're expecting a lot of coverage on the Mac in the October event because the Mac didn't get anything this year, literally nothing in the September event or in June's WWDC. And we're probably just going to see new iPad updates, like basic stuff, thinner and what have you. Yeah, okay, well, I'll see you guys later. Bye.